I'm here today to talk about the book week that just concluded. But before I jump into the book week, I would really like to talk about how this school came about. Yeah, it was in the year 2005 when a proposal came to start the school over here at the back of the beyond of city Mumbai. We are in Charco, and yes, we are like hardly anybody knows that we exist. So when we just started this school, I didn't know whether it would be a school or just I wanted to call it a place of books. And so it was in 2006 when we began the school with just about 11 children. And we sat in the podium out over there. And so there was like all mixed up with junior and nursery and senior. They were all together. We were just about 11. But the fun part and the pure part is that we began the school with about 3,000 plus 3,200 books. And so one just didn't know whether the boundaries of the school and the walls of the school are all going to be books. I mean, that was when you had those kind of dreams, there would be no walls, and the walls would be all about books and books and books, and children would walk through open spaces into the books. Jump into the books and dream about books and take books, and you could use the books even if the books, some of them got spoiled to something. And that those were the kind of things maybe at that time I would just talk to the teachers, that you all also have to touch and feel. Unless you feel a book first when you hold it, and then you kind of read it, and some of it kind of might just get mold, it's okay. You can always replace it. So it's not going to be out of bounds. The books has to become you. That's how I think, my time we grew up, when we were children, our summer holidays was always about, you had to beat your friend about how many books you read, the kind of books you read. And it was just not even fake. I think that word was also not there. But we actually discussed about it, and those were those little points that we got in school. Well, those were our times. But how do you bring reading to children? If you are interested in reading books which are outside your curriculum, you will take interest in the curriculum. You don't have to kind of, really bother about how you're going to, handle the school curriculum. The joy of reading. And so, yes, maybe I think in the third or fourth year, we started having small little reading programs, and these were inculcated as not as an extracurricular activities, but these became part of our school. Like if you had an not open house, what you just said, we have the annual day and you have the sports day and all of that. So book week, the science day, book week became an integral part of our school. And from there we have grown and grown and grown.
Excited for the book week? Yes, I am. देखो हमारे सभी के मम्मी पापा आए हैं। मगर राक्षस डरावने ही नहीं, क्यों हो सकते हैं? हाँ, एक्चुअली अनकॉमन तुम समझने वाले बुक वीक में पढ़े और नई बातें और नई चीजें भी सीखी। This week we talked about uncommon relations through books like Our Incredible Cow and Our Incredible Cow, Jogi and our Ignoring My Heart Will Hear. What is one uncommon and special this year? That today we are going to have an author session with two authors along with our parents.
ऐसा करते सब अपने बात को आगे बंद करो। कहानियों को पकड़ना है ना, हमें कहानियों पकड़ के पेरेंट्स भी कर सकते हैं वैसे। तो मेरी भी मम्मी को ना कहानियां सुनाने का बहुत शौक था।
ये सब तुम्हारे प्रेक्षक है, हमारा ऑडियंस है। अब लेकिन मुझे पता है कौन सी कहानी।
मुझे गाना चाहिए, मुझे गाना ला के इसका कुछ नाम डाल सकते हैं? हाँ
We love reading stories every day. Thank you for coming to celebrate books with us. किताब के बारे में बताने चला हूँ.
हेलो सॉरी सॉरी आज मैं थोड़ा लेट हो गया हूँ मुझे I'm so hungry I'm searching some food अच्छा प्लीज बताओ तुम्हें खाने में क्या पसंद है
This book is a lot to do with emotional unrest, which I believe is the theme for your grades, right? So I just wanted to get a sense of understanding as to what you all have done with unrest in this week. And he doesn't have any support from home also. Even though his parents are very nice and very warm and kind people, they themselves have unfulfilled dreams because they could not leave the reservation area.
The map of India before partition, so it's before 1947, and the pink parts that you see, so all the history that we learn in school, which is Quit India movement, before that the non-cooperation struggle, all of that, Gandhi's movements, all of that happened only in the yellow parts. It was called British India. It did not, the parts which are shown in pink in this map are the princely states.
which princely state surprised by the research of Gandhi
Surprised me?
yes
Surprised me in terms of this story or generally? Okay, this story generally I told you I like the Maharaja Baroda because it was so forward and so on. But this one, I think Bikaner was something which really stayed in me.
Basic as water. When someone has tried for 20 years to bring water to his land and then suddenly so uncertain. It really makes you get goosebumps. And if you don't have water, everything else is about power, prestige, a few perks, etc. But water is such a crucial thing in the desert land. So I think Bikaner is something which was emotionally very, and also because of the uncertainty. Did they have that secret meaning? What actually happened? We don't know. There's a lot of gray in that story as well. So yeah, I like that. I can hear this story.
There's nothing in today's time that is an adult literature or adult topic or taboo. We are in a digital world, everything is available. And the faster we bring the realness of these topics, it will not become taboo, it will not be unbound, it will not be censored where we are concerned. Now, now partition is a topic which I don't even think colleges pick up or even schools pick up, and this is what we did. We discussed partition. That whole topic of that particular year was on partition. We discussed about Train to Pakistan. It's an amazing, amazing book and a film by Kushwant Singh. So our children are pretty aware of it and they are not kind of shocked about these subjects. When you bring it to them young and when you throw these kind of topics, it becomes part of you. So it's not only like floral literature that we do. We really have grown and we are doing very, very, very serious stuff. So this year we did topic on the word unbound, unrealistic, unavailable, all those kind of anything to do with un. So when we touch topics like this, where in school, where students and the students prepare themselves. They read the books before so that they can have discussion with the authors. Authors, writers, publishers have been walking the school, the corridors um, for years right now. So our children are extremely, extremely familiar. So there is nothing as a taboo. And I mean the children kind of discuss and talk and understand right from the author's mouth.
Miss Nandita Tikuna shared her journey as an author and explained how she made history interesting for students. Miss Bharti Singh conducted a session for us and her book, No is a Good Word. She explained how saying no brings peace. In this book, there is one girl Jamuna. When she was young, her father told them money. So Jamuna studied till standard 4 and she wanted to go to college. But this is the future in the year 2050. Schools have no human teachers. Robots have taken over the classroom. Let's see what happens. Good morning, students. Good morning, sir. Today's topic is error. Today I am going to speak about this book named The Lame Jar by Yang Sun Chun. So it's a new country, a new town, and a new school for your time. There are many children like me in every class. Be the one who notices them. I'm sorry, Aman. I should have done it that. Me too. Want to play with us? Dharavi is the largest nomination. I think so that. But there are many more things we know about Dharavi, such as lack of clean water, poor sanitation systems, poor healthcare facilities, lack of education, unemployment, prospect of crime, lack poor sewage and drainage systems. But we are not here to speak about that. We are here for something which we don't know about. So we have read this book by the Kalpana Sharma, Rediscovering Dharavi. We have read this book in the class and from the online site. Thank you. I never said loud, hopes and stories here away, longing to shine to see the day. Unrest is not just a word, it's an emotion, a situation, and sometimes a turning point. Books deem the unrest of freedom fighters who fought for independence. Storybooks describe unrest in minds of characters who fought for injustice.
The Long Walk to Water, written by Mridula Chakraborty. It is based on a real story.
Based on this book, The Breadwinner, it shows us the struggles faced by Parvana and how did she stuck at one point. I'm a girl. My name is Shortia. What? Like me? Exactly like. I trust in the person I can work. My family needs money too. I thought I was the only one. No, you're wrong. Now we can help each other. It's easier to be brave when you're not alone. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
I came to Akshara the first year, I think it was about 4 years ago. This batch is standard 8. Was on the first floor, they were in grade 5, I think. And it is a very diverse class, and we saw that as a challenge. We were thinking about, a lot of things on how we could get this class up to, and above their levels. Today, standing here and seeing them do this is really goosebumpy, and it's going to stay with me forever. Thank you so much.
So this is the chart made by our group. It tells us what resources are there in the country and how they can utilize them. Saying no whenever necessary tells you your self-worth.
In this book, there have been many famous leaders in the past who have used their freedom of speech to express their opinions on issues. Like Malala
the children were the ones who came up with what aspects of unlimited we would like to explore. So I'm very happy we went through a lot of discussions amongst ourselves, and I'm very happy the way it's turned out. No jazz, they all said what they had to say.
Like reading books is one of the best things which kids are not doing it right now, and these kids are doing. So I really thank the school and teachers for doing this task very nicely. Thank you.
This theme has reminded us that books are not just stories. They are voices, sometimes bold, sometimes silent, but also powerful.
We teach girls to shrink themselves, to make themselves smaller. We say to girls, you can have ambition, but not too much. You should aim to be successful, but not too successful. Otherwise, you would threaten the man.
I searched for answers, clarity, signs, but nothing came. Eventually, I stopped trying to force a decision. Instead, I started exploring, learning, allowing myself to be curious without pressure.
But there is a universe, a galaxy, which is outside your country. And we are just trying to slowly touch that and bring that to our children. And ultimately, it's for them to explore which galaxy, which planet they want to go. There also.
So we have created a space whereby more than the school textbook, it's the library which is the heartbeat of the school. Right now we have over 60,000 books, and I don't know what will be the ratio. I mean, each student can have about 200 to 300 books, which maybe that would be the kind of a ratio. And we want to keep on adding. Like maybe one day, I think the walls will disappear and the walls will become the books, and the children will be in and out of that. Well, this is one school who take books and reading seriously, with joy, with happiness, and their own personal growth. That's Akshara High School.